Hello and welcome to Kindred Essence Tarot and to my latest reading, which is on Were You a Witch in a Past Life? So we're going to see what kind of wisdom and energy comes up from this reading. It should be very interesting. So tune into the three stones here. I've got sort of the light pink opaque looking stone, the black shiny stone, or the dull stone over there. And let's see what comes up. So tune into what, so I haven't put any cards. Because I'm going to do some, intuitive channeling in this and see just shuffling why I'm getting the information this time. So yeah, pick your pile, anticipate what I'm going to intuit, and let's get started. All right, pile number one. Hello, pile number one. Let us see. Were you a witch in the past life? Let's see what we come up with. And I'm kind of, what I got here was a priestess. That's what I'm getting. It's sort of like in Latin, like sort of priestess, and it's sort of like what I'm getting is that you almost like became very powerful, but there was like this fatal, like almost. So it's sort of like I'm hearing that, yeah, you're very able to channel the energies and to bring them in, but something happened very traumatic, and it was due to some sort of fatal flaw within you. Like it's like you were 97% pure, emotionally, but there was just some sort of or it could have been, it's either you, I'm hearing, or it could have been on the part of somebody else, where there was this like this extreme fall, and it could have been a fall of the civilization as well too. So you may be a part. I'm hearing, yeah, it's something about like you're a witch in that you channeled a lot of power in like the Atlantean. I'm hearing it could be Atlantean times. And then it was like everything was going well, and then it wasn't going so well, is what I'm hearing. And then widower. Okay, so yeah, like sort of I'm hearing death and destruction. We've got this here too. So there may be a certain paranoia. So it's good to look at, okay, when we go into these readings, okay, how do they relate to this life and death? And I got before death, widower and death from the Gypsy Oracle deck. So yeah, there was a huge sort of, and you were a part of it. You were either part, I'm hearing, along with like 20 other people. And this is like a past civilization where it was very, like, much more technology, lots more technology. And you basically went, it was either a fatal flaw on your part and other people's part. And then just everything went kaput, I'm hearing. And I'm hearing in some cases you blamed yourself, sometimes it was founded, this is a collective, and sometimes it wasn't. So I'm hearing too, it could also be like it's very much about channeling power in a way that it's part of a society. But it's sort of like yeah, it's very interesting. I'm getting another thread. It's like the same theme, but another place in Atlantis. And you'll know which energy resonates with you. But it's sort of like you were part of a civilization, like maybe like 5,000, 7,000 people, kind of a neat civilization, and then some sort of fatal flaw in either the system or yourself or something close to you, kind of triggered things to go very wrong. That's what I'm hearing. Things went very wrong. And I'm hearing that it's important to look at, okay, how does this affect this life? Because the whole idea is you want to, connect to your power in this life, right? You want to connect with your power in this life. And it's almost like, okay, this is what I'm hearing. It's sort of like in this life, you're a little bit afraid of your own energetic power. And you're kind of afraid of groups as well, and what they might do with you. So you're afraid of your own power and what groups may together do with their power. So you're kind of afraid of civilization type thing. You're almost afraid of, what might civilization do? What might they do? Oh my goodness. So I'm hearing that just knowing that will help you like release that kind of energy. And I'm gonna see if I can get another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then also eternal love. So what I'm hearing is that this may have something to do with almost connecting to people is what I'm hearing. Like you may have a trouble connecting to groups or kind of anytime you're kind of almost like anytime a group gets out of hand, you become kind of like, for example, you know, with like when there's protests or something, it's something about groups getting out of hand or civilizations being out of hand. But I'm hearing that know that eternal love is always there for you, and no matter what sort of civilization you move in or out of, whether you see the same people, whether you don't, know that eternal love is for you, and know that you could easily I'm hearing that there may be a lot. I'm hearing even in some of the people, for some of you, I'm hearing maybe 35% of you, you may have some energy from this past life, close connections with people that were part of these sort of cataclysms that were caused by sort of human power, energetic power that went of like channeling your witchy energy, right? Your powerful energy things. So I'm hearing look for that in your primary relationships or very close relationships and see, because you may have a bond from people from this past life where things, I'm hearing things tumbling, things, and I'm hearing in some cases it wasn't your fault, but you thought it was your fault. Like people just started tumbling, and like I'm hearing just everything was destroyed, and you were just like, was this all my, you thought you had this spiritual belief that it was your fault, and I'm hearing in some cases it was, and in some cases it wasn't. Interesting. So you have to, but in some cases it was due to a fatal flaw. So no, I'm hearing that knowing whether something is or isn't your fault is important as well too. So I'm hearing like the affirmation would be like, I am responsible for only what I do and not for what others do, or I am not responsible for everything that happens in the world. So knowing about what you are and are not responsible, and then creating like a comfort and safety with stepping into your power is very important. Yeah, creating that comfort and safety of stepping into your power. So I am comfortable stepping into my power now. I fully, safely step into my power now. Now knowing that this is a different timeline, knowing that things are different now. Each timeline builds on itself. So everything is different now. Things are always different. Even if they feel like they're the same, they change a little bit each cycle and each epoch and each time. Interesting. So let's see one more information. Yeah, and I'm hearing step into your power. Now, I'm hearing too, if you feel guilt, subconscious guilt, whether it is founded or whether it's not from this past life, knowing that the solution is not to stay hidden, the solution is to go forward in your power now. That's how you can, and to embrace your power fully now is the way to affect your life positively, but other people's life positively. So I'm hearing, I step into my power, and when I step into my power, it affects positively my life and the life of those around me. It's an affirmation for you. But yeah, that's an interesting. I think I'm gonna stop it now. It's a very interesting reading. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, let's move on to pile number 2. Hello, pile number 2. So let's see, what are we getting? Let's see, what are we getting for pile number 2? It's interesting. I heard that, oh, this is my pile. So that's interesting, because sometimes, occasionally, a pile will come up that's to do with the person who's doing the pay card reading. So that's what I'm hearing now. So it's very interesting. So let's see, pile number 3. I'm hearing that Yeah, it's I'm hearing that there was some sort of a structure that was like it's to do with oh, interesting, Lord. So let's see, there was sort of I'm hearing this as a traumatic life, and it was due to like a very Lord, and this can be a positive. It depends, but I'm hearing here it's a negative influence. So it's almost like it's a very traumatic life because you were doing your own thing with your sort of your spiritual gifts, and then somebody came in and destroyed it all. They destroyed the love that you had, and they destroyed I'm hearing too. There's just something. There's a very malevolent outside force that destroyed, and it could be witch burnings. I'm hearing it could be witch burnings, but it also could be yeah, it's something nefarious went on that destroyed, so like a nefarious person destroyed your structure. And okay, and why it's a witchy life is because you were you were peacefully sort of practicing your spiritual gifts that were very positive. I'm hearing they were very beneficial. They were very beneficial to those around you in some way, and you were doing it. And I'm hearing it depends. In some cases, this is a general reading. It could have been you were doing it sort of in a sort of like creating these spells, these sorts of things in a small way. I'm hearing, and I'm not saying small as in it was beneficial for other people, but for like that's what I'm hearing. It was beneficial to the community, and someone from another community just squashed everything down. But I'm hearing in other cases, it was like a very big thing that you were doing. You were really shaking things up, and you just got into your power and confidence, and this horrible enemy did horrible things to you. I'm hearing in some cases they may have killed your significant other and then took you as like for their own type thing. It wasn't a very good life. I'm hearing it started, and it started positive with lots of power, and it just went completely downhill. And it's like this enemy, this enemy, and he kind of, it could be, I'm getting a he, but they distorted information. They distorted information to sort of enemy. Oh wow! And I pulled this enemy. I said enemy, and I pulled an enemy. That's crazy. So yeah, that's like but yeah, I'm hearing it in some cases it was small scale, and in some cases I'm hearing in some cases there was no fight to be had, and this enemy, the Lord here, the sort of, I'm hearing a neighboring area. And I'm hearing this could have been feudal times, but this could also have been magical times where this person used their magic. I'm hearing in some cases this enemy was not magical at all, and you were, and they took over and they quashed all your spiritual witchy magic. But I'm hearing in other cases this person was like, it was kind of a warlock going against warlock, and you went against this enemy. Or this could be, I'm hearing this could be an enemy that's come back. They could be even in this life. They could be even, you may know who this enemy is in this life. It's sort of like, and like, so I'm hearing this could have been in one life, you didn't have the power, and or you were practicing with this spiritual gifts, but you didn't really have much power, and they thought it was wrong, and they just quashed you. But another one, you put up on a fight. You both had like spiritual gifts, and you kind of went out against each other. Interesting. But it feels like it was in some cases, yeah, you put up a fight, a real fight with this person. and that was, and it might have been the next life, like a repeat, because that's what can happen sometimes. There's like a repeat, and I'm hearing in that, in this time you really got back at them, and like, and I'm hearing the third, like, it was like almost a cycle, and like in like one life they took your something to the effect of, you know, took your family, took your husband, and basically, or your wife. I'm hearing your wife. It could have been that, or whatever, and they took everything over. And second, it was like there was like, oh, there was a bit of a fight. And the third one, I'm hearing that you quashed them, in another life where they didn't get away with it. They did it, like it's like they did this. The enemy did the things two times, and then the third time you really got them through some sort of like attack of some sort. Like you got them through some sort of like you got them. It's like you were building up, and yeah, and I'm getting that you may know this enemy. How would you know this enemy in this life? I'm gonna take these cards. I'm gonna see how, because I'm hearing, I get strong that you may know this enemy in this life. Let's see. I'm gonna shuffle the gypsy, or actually 7 from the bottom is what I hear. So let's see, what do we get here? So we've got love. So it could be someone you've been romantically involved with, or it could be somebody who it's a very strong wife. Interesting, wife. So this person could be a significant other, melancholy, who's caused you a lot of pain. Or I'm hearing it could also be like a very close, intense friendship. Like whatever the relationship it is, you'll know it by the intensity. And this person may kind of be a bit witchy as well, but you'll know it by the intensity. Prison. This person may have even very destructive. So a real strong love-hate relationship. So whether they're into like the witchiness in this life, they may have ended up in prison in this life, or tried to get you to end up in prison. Or I'm hearing something else. They may have tried to do something to get you in prison, emotionally or physically, or in some way. They did something really, it's like, it started out really nice, and then it's almost the same energy of that past life, where the past life started out good and then went downhill. So I'm hearing whatever this energy is, it's very intense from this witchy past life, and you want to, this is about healing energy, so you want to sort of heal this energy from a past life. You want to, the toxicity, and you'll know, and I'm hearing you'll probably know if, you'll know. And yeah, release the energy, and yeah, release know the energy. How else would you know them? Let's see. 4 from the bottom, and then let's see what we have from the bottom. Oh, King of Swords. So somebody who's tries to have power over you, or is very mean-mouthed. I'm hearing somebody who's tries to, or you're both clashing with each other. Oh, Queen of Cups, entering Queen of Cups, King of Swords. So somebody who's really, okay, I'm hearing either you clash together, or interesting, Queen of Cups and King of Swords, or somebody who's very attacking towards you, and you're kind of a sensitive spiritual person. It's like they're trying to attack your spiritual sensitivity again. But it's not, I'm hearing it's not going to work in this life. It's just not going to work. But yeah, somebody who attacks your spiritual witchy, somebody who may have caused you sorrow, or I'm hearing they may have tried to cause you sorrow, but it's not working in this life. So either they did succeed and have caused you lots of sorrow, or it's just not going to work in this life. But I'm hearing step into your own space and get boundaries from this person, and step into your spiritual gifts, and allow this person's, what they've done to you in a past life, to only make you stronger, and don't let them take away your hope. This enemy, let constancy, try and find an even keel away from this traumatic person, whoever it is, whether it's a parent, a significant other, a friend, a coworker, a boss, try and, because there could have been an energy, I'm hearing this energetic clash again, as they may even want to attack your spiritual witchy energies like they did in a past life, how that dynamic was there. But heal the energy and release it, because it's very dark is what I'm hearing. It's very dark. So that's all we, so I'm hearing it like an affirmation would be like, I am unafraid to step into my full spiritual power now, knowing that this is a different life than past life. We are in different times. We are now in different times. Therefore, I step into my powerful witchy energy now. Interesting. So now it is time to move on to pile number 3. All right. Hello, pile number 3. Hello, pile number 3. Let's see. What do we get for pile number 3? So, I'm just going to shuffle the cards here. So, transition. So, I'm getting that in a witchy life, you were very much, you accrued a lot of positive karma. Like I'm getting that, yeah, in this life you were kind of in the backdrop. I'm getting less of a clashy energy than the other 2 piles, but I've just gotten started on this reading, so I don't know yet. But it's what I'm getting, the sense that you accrued a lot out of this karma because you helped people transition to different versions of themselves and yourself as well too. But you created energetic healing and various, being a witch, like you helped give people like tinctures to help their love life, to help their I'm hearing psychological problems, their emotional problems, their physical problems. You help save them, their children at times. So yeah, I'm hearing that lots of karma was accrued. Good karma though, like positive karma. So it's sort of like in this life you really went above and beyond. Pleasure seekers, you went, okay, when I'm hearing that you went in beyond any, like you were of absolute service to yourself and service to other people. You really studied. You were extremely studied. And I'm hearing you did very good in this life. Like with the scholar, you studied, you perfected your craft. Like I'm hearing even you may have levitated or learned to do all sorts of things, but that wasn't the important thing. The important thing was helping other people. And you were almost, and it's going to sound a little bit funny, but you were almost a bit too service to others focused, which is good. It's good to be service to others, but it's almost like you were like so dedicated to other people that it was good. But I'm here, it's good to be that way, but it's almost like there's a sense that you need to learn to dedicate to yourself as well too, and create. And I'm hearing there could be issues with money in this life, because there's been a sense of, oh, should I really have money? Should I have money? And I'm hearing that, yeah, it's like in this life, there's a couple of beliefs about money, that guilt about having money. So I'm hearing release guilt about receiving money for my spiritual services now. Release guilt for the money I accrue from my spiritual services now, and I deserve to be fairly compensated for my spiritual services. Soldier. And I'm hearing you don't have to soldier on, like you were so dedicated in this life, and it's sort of like you soldiered on, and it's almost like there's a fear of losing that. You had so much momentum, you're afraid that if you kind of relax for a second, you'll be like some sort of energetic thief will get you. And it's sort of like pleasure seekers, you're afraid that you're going to become soft and malleable or something. And I'm hearing it's almost you almost have a spiritually dedicated. You may have a lot of books on herbs, or books on the craft, or books on various energy. It doesn't even have to be that, but just energy, like you're very dedicated to knowing and moving forward. And you may, for some I hear, you may be working towards that, or already being in a service helping profession. So I'm hearing that like there's just such a fear of of like not like, so I'm hearing I release all fear. I release all fear beyond not like a fear of not doing enough, a fear of not being enough. But it's funny because the funny thing is I sense it in this life, you were very much enough. You were very much, and you accrued lots of positive, like, you were very much, I'm hearing a healthy helper witch. You were very much a healthy, so you didn't do, like, like, it was just very much oriented towards, like, solving people's problems. Like, that's what, it's just like you were so dedicated. I'm getting almost a Virgo energy, like, just, or maybe even earth sign energy, but I'm hearing, widower, like, it's sort of like you're afraid of, you may have been very afraid of dying and not doing what you wanted to do, or you were afraid of maybe someone you loved. It's something to do with death and staving off death and wanting to, and I got that you say it with your herbs, you were so dedicated, entered with your herbs and energetics, that you really helped a lot of people avoid death. And there, people were eternally thankful. Like, it's like almost like you were revered, and just sort of, even though you were kind of, you weren't showy and flashy, but you were kind of like very revered, and people I'm hearing people may almost, you may meet a lot of people in this life that almost feel indebted to you, and they don't know why they do, but they just like, they just have this sense of misfortune. Interesting. And I'm hearing for some people that there may have been like an unfortunate end to this life, but it really wasn't a misfortune. So it's sort of you didn't see the whole picture because you were so, but I'm getting, okay, but yeah, the more important thing is, yeah, you probably meet a lot of people in this life that are like, they just give you, like, they'll just like give you things, and you feel almost guilty, like, why are people giving me these things? But it's like, because you were of such assistance. And I'm hearing, so you may need to work on your receiving chakras and receiving what you want. And if people give things to you, do not feel guilty, because you were, and then death, though, misfortune, widower. So it's sort of like, okay, then I'm hearing something too, like, it's sort of like, you're afraid, okay, what I'm hearing is you saw other people, like, it was sort of like, when you're a witch, you're sort of like, there is this transition from one society to another, and there was sort of moving to new medical system or something, but sort of like, you saw people profiting off of other people's death, and you didn't want to be, like, people would have like bad solutions, and you actually had good solutions. I'm hearing you helped about like 80% or 85% of people, like, you were very helpful, but there's almost a fear of becoming bad, because you saw people in this, like, other lives being unethical, even though you were ethical. But it's sort of like, you sort of a fear about money and profiting over other people's misfortune. Yeah, like, you're afraid of profiting over other people's misfortune for some reason, because you saw other people do it in the past life. So I'm hearing, because if you're a healer in this life, you may think, oh, I'm getting money off of other people's issues, and I'm hearing, do not release that guilt. Do not feel you're not a thief. You're not profiting. You're doing a service, and you need to know that a good affirmation would be, I freely and what's the word for it? Yeah, I freely and safely and comfortably receive money for my services now, knowing that my services are valuable. I release the money of energy of guilt around energy exchange now. I release the energy of guilt around money exchange, especially for spiritual services now. So, yeah, or whatever affirmation you want to come up with that would help you sort of release that guilt, that that feeling of guilt. So yeah, really interesting. But yeah, you accrued a lot of good karma in this life. It really shot you forward in the karma wheel, if you will. So that's really interesting. But yeah, just releasing that fear in your mind, and whatever fears come up that I'm earthing with this reading, you can release them now. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.